And hello there! Let's keep your week rolling just right with the right mix of news and conversations. Now, whether you're catching us online or on TV, hop on, join the chat. I'm Paolo de Rosario.
Hello there, beautiful people. I'm Asis-Carilo. Here's your daily dose of deep dives and good vibes. Welcome to
Beautiful Day! And we got another jam-packed show and a potentially controversial one.
Controversial? Because every time we talk about vaping, we always get reactions from netizens. I guess trying to defend vaping in a way.
Mas lalo pa dito. Because we have a health advocate who supports a DOH total vape ban.
Vape ban. Okay.
Right? So imagine that. So basically, it feels like it's in infancy right now in vaping in general. Like compare it to its much older big brother smoking, right? So vaping, it's a totally different thing marketed towards the kids. It's very fun, colorful, flavorful, literally. But of course, right now we're seeing more and more adverse effects of vaping. And there have been stronger calls to curb it down, and a total ban being one of the most drastic measures.
Because the way it's marketed, it looks really fun to use. It's so cool.
Easy to use.
Right? Easy and basically safe. It kind of masks
Allegedly.
the dangers.
Allegedly safe.
Masks the dangers of vaping. But we have already seen, as if you look at our past interview with that beautiful doctor, I forgot her name.
Kawawa naman yung doctor na nakalimutan mo.
At least sabi ko beautiful doctor. But diba, meron nang namatay sa vaping and complications and everything. So
Dr.
later,
Mamawal, by the way, because we
go.
remember names.
But later on, we will be talking to Doc Tony Leachon about this DOH total vape ban.
Yes.
And nahirapan tuloy ako vape ban.
And of course, we have a guest also for Weather HQ later on. We're going to be talking to Arturo Calderon. He is the Forester Chief of the DENR. And alam mo, we always talk about Christmas trees. What about protecting our trees this Christmas season?
Yes.
Diba? So we are going to have a bit of that mix later on. Gonna be a lot of fun. And we are live over on our social media pages as always, apart from being live on TV. If you are on our social media pages, do like, comment, share, and my partner will be there.
Yes, I always check the comment section. So feel free to send us those messages, BNCPHL, whether on Facebook or on YouTube. Send us your shout outs, your messages, your questions for our guests later, or for us. If you guys want to ask us any questions, wag lang math, then go ahead and send them through our comment sections on our social media accounts. And we got a lot of things going on today on a Friday. Thank goodness it's Friday already. But first, we go check the situation in major roads at this hour. So it's a Friday. Let's see if you're going to be stuck in traffic. Here's a look at EDSA Orense in Makati. Left side of your screens, those are the vehicles heading to Pasay City. Light traffic on that area. Opposite lane, same situation. Right side of your screens are vehicles heading to Shaw Boulevard. Light traffic there as well. Now this time, let's go take a look at EDSA White Plains. Left side of your screens, those are the vehicles going to Shaw Boulevard. We're seeing moderate traffic already building up on that area. Opposite side, no problem yet. Right side of your screens are vehicles heading to Cubao. Light traffic on that stretch. Now heads up to motorists. The expanded vehicle number coding scheme is in full swing. It's a Friday. So vehicles with license plates ending in 9 and 0 should be off the road right about now until 10 a.m. and again later from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. And what will the weather be like this Friday? Let's go find out from Paolo as he gives us today's forecast from Weather HQ. Take it away, Paolo.
Thank you so much, Anne. We are still tracking 4 different weather systems today, all working together to influence the conditions we are feeling all across the country. Now let's go up first to the extreme north. The northeast monsoon continues to send cool, dry air into northern Luzon. There's also the shear line, which has formed where warm and cold air masses meet. Now this affects eastern and northern Luzon, all the way down to central Luzon. Now, the trough of severe tropical storm Verbena is still bringing disturbed weather over to Palau. And as you can see here, the trough or the extension of the trough of Verbena still affecting the Palawan region. We'll give you more on that later. And there's also the easterlies that continues to push warm and moist air towards central and southern Luzon. Now, that will be a bit warm. We're going to find out its effects in just a bit. Now let's go to Northern Luzon first because the Amihan is keeping skies mostly cloudy with occasional light rains over Batanes and the Ilocos region. Of course, the Cordillera region is also affected, the Cordillera Administrative Region, making for a cooler, slightly dreary morning. Now, there's also the matter of the shear line. The shear line will bring widespread cloudiness and scattered rain showers and isolated thunderstorms to Apayao, Kalinga, Mountain Province, Ifugao, Cagayan, Isabela, Quirino, and Nueva Vizcaya. Now, in relation to this, Pag-asa has also issued a rainfall advisory for Apayao, Cagayan, and Isabela, where residents can expect 50 to 100 millimeters of rain today. Over in Aurora and Quezon, the easterlies are driving moisture onshore, resulting in cloudy skies through the day with periods of scattered rain and the possible thunderstorms. Over in Palawan, we mentioned a while ago, the trough of severe tropical storm Verbena continues to bring cloudy weather and scattered rains and thunderstorms all throughout the Palawan region. Now, for the rest of the country, though, including Metro Manila, you can expect generally fair weather conditions with partly cloudy skies. However, localized thunderstorms could still bring short-lived rain showers by the afternoon into the evening. Let's take a look at the local sea conditions. Gale warnings remain in effect over the northern, western, and eastern seaboards, all of northern Luzon, as well as the western seaboard of southern Luzon as we go a bit down south towards there. Now, with the northeast monsoon continuing to blow, rough to very rough seas are expected with waves reaching 3.5 to 5 meters. Now, this will impact the coastal waters of Batanes, Ilocos Norte, Cagayan, and Ilocos Sur. At the same time, the trough of severe tropical storm Verbena is generating rough to very rough, or rather very high seas with waves reaching 3.4 to 6 meters, affecting the coastal waters around the Kalayaan Islands of Palawan. Now, all sea travel in the areas that we mentioned is strongly discouraged. Mariners and fisherfolk are urged to remain in port or take shelter until conditions improve and waves subside. Now, for the rest of the country, you can expect the seas to be light to moderate, making conditions safe for most sea vessels. Not here in Palawan, though. Stay away from the waters, especially along the Kalayaan Islands. That's it for Weather HQ at the moment. And back to you.
Thank you so much, Pao. Now on to our top stories for this morning. The Anti-Money Laundering Council reports that former Congressman Zaldi Co may have received up to 10 billion pesos in kickbacks from flood control projects in Bulacan alone. Based on their initial investigation, the AMLC found probable cause that most of Co's frozen assets, totaling almost 12 billion pesos, were acquired through his alleged corrupt activities. The AMLC says that Co's total recorded inflow transaction increased when he became a congressman. Co also previously denied having any interest in one of the top government contractors, SunWest Corporation, but the AMLC have found that he is still its largest shareholder. When Bilyonaryo News Channel looked into Zaldico's frozen bank accounts, a number of these were joint accounts between Co and SunWest. It's very easy to say that you have divested already from certain companies, but according to these investigations, he is still the largest shareholder of SunWest Corporation, and we did an expose. If you saw that last night on Agenda, meron tayong exclusive report, and we saw that meron joint accounts between Zaldico and SunWest.
Yes, so we are seeing that, and as well as the number mentioned, I believe it's around 12 or 11, give or take. It feels now that it comes a day after or a couple of days after Representative Zaldico also mentioned numbers that were trying to pin on the president
Administration.
the
Yes,
administration
the
in
first
particular.
family in
the first
particular.
family.
Yeah.
And it has been one of those things where it feels like a very he said, she said situation. But of course, the reason why we want Representative Zaldico to come back is because we have these types of investigations showing the numbers, the bank statements. He has said that he has divested, but then there's a reason why if he were here, it would be easily addressed, or at least the conversation would go faster.
At saka itong mga items na ito,
Yeah.
these are not hearsay.
No.
Diba? Items, these are actually investigated by,
Exactly.
diba, AMLC, by our very own investigative reporters. We're seeing facts here. Talagang may papers to support all these findings. Diba? And if you'll recall, partner, yung video ni Zaldico, and he says there na wala siya ni pisong natanggap from any insertion or flood control project. Talagang medyo makes his credibility questionable now, in my opinion, because you're seeing all these assets, billions worth of assets, and then him saying na wala ako natanggap.
It feels like we're waiting for one text message that comes a few hours after the initial text. Because you're waiting for each statement to come out, right?
Yeah.
Both from AMLC, both from Representative Zaldico, both from President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., and so on. So, again, in relation to that, we have some news also, speaking of the first family. House Majority Leader and Presidential son, Representative Sandro Marcos, declares he has nothing to hide and is ready to face the ICI. In his letter to ICI Chairman Andres Reyes Jr., Sandro says he respects the Commission's mandate to find the truth behind the flood control scandal. Not stated in his letter was a request for an executive session, meaning that Sandro Marcos' hearing may be live streamed. Well, that is exactly what my partner wants. Live streamed hearings,
hindi lang
live streamed
ako,
investigations.
taong bayan din,
Yeah, no. I mean, like
Yes.
the Makabayan Bloc in
Yeah.
particular did make the request for it. Again, personally, executive sessions are fine as long as, because I do not mind not seeing the process of how the sausage is made as long as the sausage is good. Alam mo, kasi sabi nga nila kung nakita mo kung paano ginawa yung sausage, minsan ayaw mo na. But, again, I'm more focused on the
That's
end
how I
product.
feel about mayonnaise. But anyway, if you know how mayonnaise is made. But seriously, ito yung call for the ICI talaga to live stream. At saka kasi one reason pa is they already announced that they will live stream their hearings, but they will come out first with a set of guidelines. And they
Yes.
have come out with a set of guidelines already. But there is an option for the resource person to request for an executive session.
Which is also true, by the way, in other investigative projects.
Yeah. So yun yung I guess that fuels the frustration of people na parang ito na there's transparency already, papakita mo na sa amin yung live hearings, and then you give them the option to have executive sessions. Malamang all of the resource persons will ask for executive sessions.
Except
But we're
for-
seeing,
I was gonna say.
Sandro Marcos,
He didn't mention.
he didn't mention
Yeah, so
sa
that's
letter
not
niya.
sure, by the
so
way. So
we
yes.
are expecting na baka live streamed na itong session niya with the ICI. But moving on, the Bureau of Internal Revenue has filed tax evasion cases against 2 flood control contractors. One of them is Sally Santos, proprietor of Sims Construction, for failure to supply correct and accurate information in conjunction with a ghost flood control project in Baliwag, Bulacan, worth 57 million pesos.
Nag-file po siya ng tax return sa Bureau of Internal Revenue at nagdeklara ng deductions or construction cost. Subalit, since wala naman pong aktual na proyekto na nagawa, di ibig sabihin fictitious itong deductions, non-existent. At ito po ay ginawa lamang para maiwasan ang pagbabayad ng tamang buwis.
Facing the same charge is IM Corporation President Robert Imperio and Treasurer Marie Jane Imperio for a ghost project in Hagonoy, Bulacan worth 108 million pesos. The BIR says that the two have a total tax liability of almost 14 million pesos, which they are required to pay, aside from facing jail time of up to 10 years.
Moving on to unfortunate sad news, the Department of Foreign Affairs confirmed reports that an overseas Filipino worker in Hong Kong is in critical condition while another is missing. That's after a fire raged at a housing complex for more than 24 hours. At least 83 people were killed and hundreds more are trapped and missing. The Wangfuk Court housing complex had been undergoing renovations and was wrapped in bamboo scaffolding and green mesh. Authorities arrested 2 directors and an engineering consultant under suspicion of manslaughter for using unsafe materials.
Pope Leo XIV lamented the state of humanity, speaking at his first overseas trip in Istanbul. Leo said in a speech, ambitions and choices that trample on justice and peace were destabilizing the world. Speaking with Turkey's president, the pontiff said the world is experiencing a heightened level of conflict on the global level, fueled by prevailing strategies of economic and military power. The Pope is expected to meet with bishops, priests, and others at the Cathedral of the Holy Spirit in Istanbul.
Now moving on to sports. The Olympic torch has started its journey from Athens, Greece for the 2026 Winter Games. Now, the Olympic flame is set to take a winding path through Greece in a week-long relay before reaching Italy for another month-long relay involving a total of 10,001 torchbearers. The journey will conclude in Milan when the flame reaches the Cortina d'Amalfi on January 26, exactly 70 years after the opening of the 1956 Games at the same venue. Well said for that. Now, of course, you never forget your first. The Zeus Coffee Thunderbells made franchise history by booking their first ever PBL Finals berth after a sweep of the PLDT high-speed hitters in the Reinforced Conference semifinals. Zeus Coffee denied PLDT of a rare season sweep with a sweep of their own, 25-22, 28-26, and 25-22. Thursday night at the Smart Araneta Coliseum, Ana De Beer paces the Thunderbells with a 30-point explosion, while Chini Arroyo tallied 14. Cloan Mondonedo also shined with 18 excellent sets in the win. The Thunderbells will face the Petrogas Angels, who previously booked their final spot with a 5-set win over the Akari Chargers. The one-game championship showdown is set for this Sunday at the Big Dome. Congratulations to the Zeus Coffee Thunderbells. I love it when underdogs, because the Thunderbells were underdogs against the favorites, PLDT. They were so great the entire season. But Zeus Coffee, the way that they made it to the finals is so memorable because they did it in a dominant fashion. Again, sweeping PLDT.
Those scores. Whoa, go Zeus Coffee!
I did not expect it, to be honest. I'm excited for it. Again, this weekend is the final against Petrogas. Interesting matchup. Petrogas still coming in as favorite. Hey, look, if Zeus Coffee could complete the Cinderella story, because their Cinderella run still ongoing, it's gonna be a big one for the franchise. And good for Philippine volleyball, of course. So, with that, because Anne is clueless about sports, that's okay, because I'm here. We got tea coming up right next.
Okay, here we go with our first cup of tea, all-purpose Queen Yasmin, trending on social media. That is after the internet personality became the newest font face of online graphics tool Canva. Many were quick to hop on the viral trend using the Queen Sans font. That includes Viva Records that used it for promoting its December 5th OPM concert featuring Rob Daniel, Addy, Emil Sol, and Arthur Neri. Meanwhile, in his entry, Senator Bam Aquino created a banner saying, "Edukasyon, hindi korupsyon." The post amassed over 250,000 likes overnight. So yan pala yun. I kept seeing that on social media yesterday and I was like, what is this new font?
No, I mean like Queen,
It's
right?
so cute. We should, you know what, we should use that like for the next couple of days for Beautiful Day. Wala lang, para maki-in lang sa trend.
No, we're good. Mo, I think we're
But
good.
it is nice. It looks really, really cute. And you're seeing that everywhere. So if you're wondering what that new font is all about, then that's it.
Ang ganda ng origin story ng font eh. So I'm a big fan of it as well. But a lot of people are a big fan of what's up next as well.
Yeah, our next cup of tea, Pinoy boxing legend Manny Pacquiao had a touching meeting with his first grandchild. Jinky posted on Instagram the Pac-Man smiling from ear to ear as he met Clara, the first child of his eldest son, Jimwell Pacquiao, and his wife, Carolina. Jinky captioned her post, ang pagkikita ni Lolo Manny at ni Clara, adding the hashtags praise God and God is good all the time.
Congratulations, Pac-Man!
Congrats, and Manny! So happy! You know, iba talaga yung love ng grandparents for their apo, lalo na the first apo.
Can you imagine lolo na si Pacquiao?
Uh,
Sorry like, could you imagine that Manny is now a lolo?
Lolo Manny!
Oh my gosh. Iba. It feels like yesterday we were watching him as a child boxing, right? And right now, here he is as a grandfather.
Look at that.
Congratulations.
Gripping his finger.
Oo.
Alam mo, iba talaga yung love ng lolo and lola for their apo. It's unbreakable.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And spoiled yan, sure.
Spoiled yan for sure,
Spoiled yan.
definitely.
Yung first apo,
Oo.
100% spoiled. Congratulations, and Manny. And wow, you know what? That grip on the finger a while
look
ago,
at
baka
that.
pwede rin mag-boxing, di ba? You never know in the future.
Diba? Female boxer, why not?
Yes.
And that is our tea for this morning. Now, up next, we've got Dr. Anthony Leachon on Health Matters to break down the risks of vaping as the Department of Health pushes for its sweeping ban. Know more about that when Beautiful Day returns, so don't go away. Hi there, welcome back to Beautiful Day. A vape ban on the horizon as the Department of Health confronts a surge in youth vaping and the dangerous myth that it's safer than smoking. What is the real cost to the youth and why is now the time to act? Independent health advocate Dr. Anthony Leachon breaks it all down on Health Matters. Beautiful day, Doc Tony. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Good morning, Anne, and good morning, Paul.
Doc Tony, we'll go straight into the topic, dive into the topic. What made the Department of Health decide that a total ban on vaping is the necessary step now?
Well, I think there are two issues. The first one, there's a spate right now of, I would say, a group. I think they attended this particular meeting in Southeast Asia, that there has been a move to remove or have a total ban of vape products in Asia. So the other one is that I'm not sure whether this is a publicity stunt, considering the beatings that they have experienced during the budget hearing at the Senate. I was watching the Senate hearing yesterday, and I'm not sure whether this is I would say, a deflection type of stunt. No, let me clear first on the first item.
Yeah.
Whatever the reason they have right now, I think it's a welcome development. After the Sin Tax Law of 2012, where the President Aquino raised the taxes for tobacco, alcohol, and then later on for vape and soda, the taxes of these sin products went to the BIR, earmarked for health. and these monies would actually fund universal health care,
Yeah.
aside from the money that the employees in the workplace would contribute. So that is the direct contributor. Nowadays, 2024, the PhilHealth, through the intrusion of Secretary of Finance, Ralph Recto, they transferred 60 billion from the PhilHealth to the National Treasury, saying that there are excess funds
Yes.
at the PhilHealth. Okay? And in 2025, that's today, still not satisfied, they gave zero instead of 74 billion.
Yes.
All right. So the story is this: 2024, they got 60 billion, and then the president said, "We're gonna return the 20 billion." I remember the date. It's September 20, one day before the mass rallies. Right. And then we check with the PhilHealth. They have not received the check.
Yes.
Okay. And then for this year, we don't have any money allocated to PhilHealth. So the 60 plus 74, the government owns us 134 billion. Right.
Okay.
All right. So going back to my suspicion that this might actually be a publicity stunt.
Yeah.
The vape is actually a huge business for our country.
Yes.
It's ubiquitous. It's present all over, and it's being supported by Republic Act 11900, and it's a high-selling gadget. It's selling like hotcakes, but it has affected the youth. 14% of our youth are using this, and some even younger. But in order to affect this, you must file a legislation
Yes.
at at the lower house, then a counterpart at the upper chamber. And you know naman, it's difficult to do this legislation without any support, considering it will take some time. Right. And to me, if the country is not earning right now with a GDP of 4% because of the flood control scandal, inflation has gone up into orbit, then you might need all the necessary investments for the country. And since vape is considered an investment, can we endure, the total ban of vape? The other countries are doing it, right? So, and then in the law, the one supervising the vape products, it's actually not DOH or FDA, it's the DTI.
Yes.
And right. And the other one, they have lowered the age for its use from 21 to 18. So they must need amendment to the Constitution regarding this. So to me, it's a long shot, but if they're trying to do this really, I would say with a clean heart, but so be it. But if we're trying to do this as a publicity stunt after receiving beatings right now from the budget hearing, I don't know. But because my suspicion is that they might trying to deflect it, because next to
Yes.
impossible is actually to remove vape at this point, given the well-entrenched establishment that we have it in the mall and other, delivery system in the country.
Yes. Well, Doc, I don't have the numbers here in particular to talk about the exact size of yung vaping industry dito sa Pilipinas at the moment, especially when it comes to yung distribution. You are right that it did lapse into law back in 2022, talking about RA 11900. And of course, there have been conversations that some of the medical effects of vaping have been understated in the past dahil medyo bago nga siya. And in fact, people are considering it a safe alternative to smoking in some degree. But given the fact that, okay, let's take it from a point of view wherein they are doing it out of the goodness of their heart, talking about the DOH bringing this in. And when you take a look at yung action niya to actually call for a ban and not stronger regulation like what we're seeing with cigarettes and tobacco products in general, do you feel that a ban is, one, likely? Two, would regulation or stricter regulation akin to tobacco be a more realistic decision for actually wanting to curb down yung vaping dito sa Pilipinas? And three, does that actually lend more credence to yung suspicion mo that it is actually a PR stunt when it comes to getting attention to the DOH?
Well, that's a good question. To me, let me tackle the first question. I think they are sincere. They are sincere. Let's say they are sincere that they might actually do a total ban. Perhaps they have been enlightened already about this, and we will support that if that is their motive. But alam mo, working in this kind of situation, they have to fight yung Northern Bloc and other business enterprise, knowing that the country is not in good condition regarding the economics. But if they were going to push that, the civil society and the rest of the academe will definitely support that. Now, right. The other one is about the competition with the cigarette. Of course, the tobacco industry will be in a happy position if vape will actually be banned, because of course that's another competition, but they are actually the same thing because they diversify after the sin tax law, and they have created vape products as well. So I don't know right now what will happen to that, but law takes around 2 or 3 years depending on the political will of certain lawmakers. So I don't know. And the last one, I might as well as go as the publicity stunt, because they want to make good, knowing after their beatings right now at the budget hearing. And I think that is my suspicion. And even if it is a publicity stunt to deodorize their performance there, to me, is still a welcome development, because really, vape products are harmful. It contains nicotine, and the new market is actually the younger population.
Yeah.
Doc Tony, is there a difference between smoke and vaping now that we're comparing tobacco and vape?
The difference is only the vaping is a black smoke without, any smell, with plenty of flavors, so that it will entice the younger population. Ideally, it should only be two flavors, but right now you can see a massive proliferation of flavors in order to entice the younger population. So really, their market are those children ranged 10 to 14, and they're pretty successful right now penetrating this market. But I think we need, to me, as a concerned parent, I think they need to nip it in the bud. And to me, total ban, I will support that if there's a legislation that is in the horizon at the lower house or even at the upper chamber. So don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. But I'm going to support this, particularly with the health committee at the lower house. That's Congressman Gatus. And at the upper chamber, that's Senator Rizzo Hontiveros. If there's a move. So I just need to talk with the Department of Health. I think the one who's leading is Secretary Albert Domingo.
There are critics of this total ban on vaping. They sometimes warn about unintended consequences, Dr. Tony, like black market proliferation, use of unregulated or more dangerous vaping products, DIY vaping products, or even pushing users back to traditional cigarettes. What's your response to this?
Well, the best response is, of course, regulation. regulation. We've been discussing this in the Congress with Senator Win Gatchalian, and we heard about black market, all of these things. The best way is still regulation. We can intensify because we cannot be blackmailed right now. Those who are actually peddling this particular product.
Well, Doc, we are having a bit of trouble with yung audio mo. We're going to try to have that fixed in a moment. Of course, Doc was just referring to here about, well, the situation when it comes to vaping and, of course, the comparison with smoking and, of course, the industry and, of course, the reactions, especially when it comes to yung regulation niya and, of course, the legislation that would aid it.
Because there are critics kasi ng total ban saying that if you totally ban vaping, then this will actually promote yung black market proliferation. And Doc Tony was saying regulation is his response to this. We have Doc Tony back on the line.
Yes, we do. So,
there you go.
Yeah. Yung regulation will be difficult considering the FDA kasi is by law is not the one handling it.
Yes.
It's still DTI. So that's one amendment. And lately one survey showed that the FDA right now in the Philippines is one of the most I would say, I'm not saying it's hated, but one of the agencies that would not respond to certain queries. But I have friends at the FDA, so perhaps it's there might be some problems there, but they're very efficient guys there. So what we need right now is to sit down with the legislators at the lower house and upper chamber and see the sincerity of the Department of Health, whether they want to do it. Of course, in discussion with the Department of Trade and Industry.
Yes.
Because the primary motivation of the DTI is to earn money. And there was one particular meeting that I attended that they want the Philippines to be a regional hub for vaping in the country to promote tourism. So I'm not sure whether this position is still the same, but given the health hazards to the Filipinos, regardless of the investment, as well as the money or financial considerations, I think health is paramount given the problems that we are facing right now with the funding issue.
Yes.
The funding issue regarding the PhilHealth. So I don't know. I think we need a meeting of minds and hearts, whether to push it and whether the direction is really to have a total ban. But at this point in time, I only heard ASEC Domingo discuss that in another channel, and I was thinking maybe it's in the infantile stage, really, at this point in time.
Doc, now that we're in the realm of looking for solutions here, we've actually had a couple of doctors on the show in the past talking about the dangers of vape in comparison to smoking, tobacco use. Of course, there's still a lot of early data that is being looked at in terms of studies. Vaping is not quite there compared to smoking at the moment, which makes it a bit more difficult to back up certain legislation. But there have been calls also for vaping to be treated the same way as smoking in terms of the tobacco use, that it should be categorized in the same way and subject to the same restrictions. Would that be enough siguro to curb vaping or at least address its problems, like considering that it is marketed to the youth, considering that the age limit, or rather the age, the lowest age that you could legally use it is at a certain age compared to smoking? Will that actually be a positive step if a total ban is beyond reach?
Well, my answer for that is perhaps the best way is actually legislation again.
Yes.
If we cannot eradicate vape and they're trying to equate that with smoking, I would like to propose to increase the taxes for vape products, just like tobacco,
Mm-hmm.
so that you would actually prevent people from vaping because the target are people younger than 18, and 18, of course, their brains are immature and they don't have much money. But if you increase the cost as well as the taxes for this, then it will be expensive, out of the reach of the children, if they cannot have a total ban. My counter proposal is that we know that tobacco and alcohol may have higher taxes. Then if they cannot have a total ban, I will try to increase the vape taxes to a higher level so that it will be out of reach of the younger population.
So we're going to be hoping here that economics, especially with that particular proposal, the economics will actually
And the
help.
other one is their delivery system.
You mentioned about the
Yeah,
delivery
and
system,
they
sir?
should also be strict regarding the they need to be strict as well as to the delivery system, because we know that this particular gadget can be ordered online. Yan ang nagiging problema ngayon. So, how sure are you that your kids are not ordering this online? Isa yun sa dapat nating tinitingnan eh. Kasi
Right.
I have many patients, um, their parents, and of course, they really are complaining about their children getting all these supplies from online, and this is one thing that we need to do, aside from raising the vaping taxes to equate with the tobacco. The second one is really put a clamp right now on the delivery system, not to allow younger population less than 18 to get access to vape products. Yun ang dapat natin titirahin. Oh, I think, oh.
That's going to be a challenge, Doc Tony, kasi talagang yung accessibility nitong vaping products, ang dali talagang bilhin eh.
At the
You can
moment.
just, at the moment. So I guess that is one of the challenges that the government will be facing if they really want to implement stricter regulations, if not totally banning vaping here in the country. Now, we're down to the last couple of minutes of this interview, but Doc Tony, if you could speak directly to the parents, teachers, and the young viewers who are curious, casually vaping, or even peer pressured about vaping, what is your simple, honest message?
You know, I have been an advocate for almost 2 decades, and I work on the sin tax law of 2012 of President Aquino. And we were successful. Do you know the taxes generated for tobacco, alcohol, vape, and soda is a staggering 74 billion a year, collected by BIR, that goes to the PhilHealth. So it's a noble, one of the best laws ever, no? Now, kung ito total ban siya, welcome naman sa akin siya kung hindi siya makaka-contribute, because that particular vape product cannot add up to the burden of cardiovascular diseases. That's fine with me. That's fine with me. But at this point in time, whether the law is in the horizon or not, please, parents, guard your kids, because nicotine can actually kill them at an early age. We have a documented case of a heart attack at the Philippine General Hospital at 22 years old. No other risk factor except taking vape. So, so sa akin lang, don't hurt your kids. It may be a fad or behavior or thing like that. But the best is actually keep your kids away from the vape products, so that their performance at school, their behavior at school will actually be enhanced. Yun ho lang yun sa akin. And really, at this point in time, we need to help the government in order to reduce the burden of cardiovascular diseases. Ito ang tatamaan dyan eh. Number one killer is heart attack,
Right.
Number 2 is cancer. And number 3 is stroke. Don't worry tayo.
Yeah,
Right?
understandable.
Thank you so much for your time, Doc Tony. But before we let you go, we always ask this final question. Our show is called Beautiful Day. So what makes your day beautiful?
Well, beautiful day is likened to having your apo. I have 2 apo, Simi and they are the inspiration of my life. And without them, I in my sunset years, I don't know what will happen. So this keeps me going, and they are the silver linings of my life. And I want to live up to 90. That's my aspiration, so that I can still enjoy their company.
That's absolutely beautiful. Independent health advocate, Doc Tony Leachon, thank you so much for joining us today, Doc.
Thank you so much, Doc, and thank you for that answer. That was an amazing answer. We love it so much. Thank you.
Okay, take care, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, Doc Tony Leachon, and I love that answer. Napaka-grim yung usapan.
And I
but
love
then
the
it was such
conversation.
a great positive end.
Sana we had more time.
Oo nga eh.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we don't, because after the break, a DENR expert joins us to reveal how holiday lights and ornaments can secretly harm our urban trees and put communities at risk. Don't go away. Beautiful Day. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Still watching Beautiful Day. This is Weather HQ. Now, with the holiday season in full swing, the DENR NCR is urging the public to show love not only to one another, but also to the environment. This Christmas, the agency reminds everyone to avoid putting lights and decorations on trees, as these can cause accidents and damage our urban greenery. To understand why this practice is harmful and how we can celebrate the season in a safer, more sustainable way, we're joined via Zoom by Mr. Arturo Calderon, the Registered Professional Forester Chief of the Production Forest Management Section of the DENR. Magandang umaga, Mr. Calderon, and welcome to Beautiful Day.
Magandang umaga, Sir Paolo, at sa lahat ng nanonood sa ating Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Sir, thank you so much again for joining us. Of course, may statement po ang DENR NCR about this holiday season with an advisory against putting Christmas lights on trees. Sir, ba't kayo galit sa mga Christmas trees? Or rather, ang advice ng DENR to make sure that things are safe, and why is this a problem?
Well, Sir Paolo, alam naman natin, no, yung papalapit na Christmas season, marami sa ating mga kababayan na naglalagay ng mga Christmas lights sa mga trees, no? Nakikita natin 'yan usually sa mga posts ng mga sa online media. And yung mga nilalagay nila yung mga trees sa mga parks, sa mga public places. Ang concern lang ng DNR dito is this Christmas light may cause damage sa ating mga puno. Maaring ito ay magkaroon ng mga mag-spark, magkaroon ng sudden fire, magkaroon ng madidisplace yung ating mga wildlife and mga insects na nakatira dun sa ating mga puno. Kaya ang itong advisory na to ay nilabas ng DNR to warn our public.
So, a clarification here, it is not you are against yung mga Christmas trees or yung konsepto ng Christmas trees, but rather actual lights on actual trees. So, yung mga plastic na nakita natin or yung mga light installations in public places, okay lang yan in comparison to actual lights on trees. Tama po ba yan?
Yes sir, opo. So, hindi naman natin pinoprohibit yung paglalagay ng Christmas light, but siguro gumamit lang tayo ng mga eco-friendly na lights, lighting materials like yung mga LED na hindi masyadong nag-i-emit ng heat, no? Kasi yun yung nagiging problema eh. And the use of substandard na mga lighting, no? Kalimitan natin, nakikita natin yun sa mga Christmas trees. Minsan bigla na lang silang nagliliyab because of excessive and overload ng mga Christmas lights, no? Paggamit ng mga substandard. So dapat gumamit tayo ng mga may mga ICC marks and dumaan sa mga quality standards.
Kung na-mention nyo nga po that it has to be LED strips on the actual trees. We actually showed footage from the Quezon City lighting wherein there have been or there are lights attached to the trees pero mga LED strips po yung gamit. When we talk about what actually is the difference between yung mga LED strips compared to siguro yung mas traditional na lighting na ginagamit sa mga Christmas tree or mga decor sa bahay, what are the biggest differences? And of course, why is yung heat emitted a big factor when it comes to yung considerations po of placing decors on greenery?
Well, of course, yung pag gumamit tayo ng mga yung conventional na mga lighting materials, no, nag-i-emit kasi sila ng heat and once na yan ay sobra na yung paggamit niya, yung mga surrounding areas na dry, no, usually yun yung mga na ano na kumbaga nauunang nasisilap, nagliliyab, no, nagko-cause ng fire. While the use of LED, yung LED hindi siya nag-i-emit ng ng heat, no. So yun pwede natin gamitin sa mga sa mga decorations.
Well, as we see there, yung mas close-up na footage and photos from the Quezon City government, again, of LED strips being used on these trees, on these particular plants. Sir, are there any long-term effects if we repeatedly wrap or puncture with yung mga wires and decor yung greenery po natin dito sa Metro Manila?
Yes, magkakaroon ng long-term effect yan, no. Particularly sa pagsimula pala ng paglalagay ng mga Christmas decors, no. Usually they put nails.
Yeah, pinapako, yeah.
Pinapakuan nila yung mga puno, no. Para din yan nung during election na we prohibit the use of yung mga campaign materials sa mga puno kasi it will cause damage, no.
Yeah.
Ito yung mga pinagmumulaan ng decay ng mga puno. So ito yung magiging avenue for microorganisms para ma-attack yung ating mga puno. Then it will sooner magkakaroon sila ng decay at eventually magkakaroon ng permanent damage sa ating mga trees.
Well, sir, we all know that, aminan na natin, dito sa NCR, it's a bit of a difficult situation keeping our natural friends, or rather our animal friends, including the birds and insects, thriving here dito sa NCR. And Christmas ornaments could actually make it a bit more difficult for them to survive and thrive during this holiday season. How does the ornaments, yung Christmas lights natin, actually disrupt yung behavior nila here in our urban wildlife?
Well, alam naman natin yung mga puno, it's the home of our wildlife and insects, no. So pagka nilagyan natin sila ng mga excessive na lighting, madidisturb yung kanilang bahay. So ang mangyayari nan, umaalis yung ating mga wildlife and the insects. And as we all know, ito yung mga wildlife and insects. They are the natural pollinator, agent of pollination, no. So sila nagpaparami ng mga halaman sa atin. So kung madi-display sila, magkakaroon ng effect yung ating ecology, no. So
sir, so let's now we talked about everything na bawal. But if you're going to give suggestions to celebrate the holiday spirit with being safe around yung mga puno dito sa NCR and of course the outside establishments that have trees to work with in terms of yung mga spaces nila, how would you suggest that they design their Christmas decor in an eco-friendly manner?
well, meron naman tayong mga mga alternative pagdating sa pag-celebrate ng ating ng mga Christmas and pagde-decorate, no, we can use green-centric decorations. So pwedeng they use of plants sa pag-decorate, no, yung mga vertical gardens natin, pwede natin silang i-design into a Christmas tree, di ba? Pwede 'yon and use paggamit ng mga topiary o yung mga other plants na it will enhance the beauty, no, ng anong ating surroundings, no. And of course, kung talagang hindi na natin maiwasan paggamit ng Christmas lights sa mga puno, use yung mga LED and do not overload yung ating mga trees na from base up to the tip punong-puno talaga ng ilaw.
Yeah. And I feel that the DENR NCR's initiative of quote, nurturing cities for a sustainable future, talagang china-challenge kapag Christmas season. Considering ang haba po ng Christmas season natin, I believe September, may mga iba't ibang lugar, may mga dekora na sa labas, sa mga puno. How can we ensure that we develop a more siguro sustainable culture of Christmas decor considering yung initiative po ninyo of nurturing cities for a sustainable future?
Well, part of our sustainable strategy is keeping our environment healthy, and this includes caring for our trees and maintaining them healthy, no. So, alam naman natin yung mga benefits ng ating mga puno, no. They absorb or sequester carbon, they reduces tong ating tinatawag na heat island effects, and it cools our surroundings. Ngayon, sa DNR NCR, we try to help, no, itong mga LGUs natin, local government agencies, on maintaining yung ating mga forestries kasi bibihira na rin kasi kokonti na lang talaga yung mga trees natin dito sa NCR, kaya we try to help them create a plan, greening plan para for their future, no para mag-increase din yung kanilang mga green spaces within their locality.
Sir, has there been any conversations with different LGUs when it comes to their decor plans, considering that normally the trees and of course the limited wildlife and fauna we have here in NCR and Metro Manila in particular is always a challenge to try and maintain and sustain. Have the LGUs reached out to you for the Christmas decors to make sure that they are complying with yung mga advice po ninyo, or do you feel that that conversation needs to be had more with particular LGUs?
Yes po, ito po ay ang DNR NCR po ay patuloy po na nakipag-ugnayan sa ating mga LGUs para mapatupad natin at yung mga patakaran natin sa pangangalaga ng puno, lalo na po ngayong panahon ng Kapaskuhan, ano po. And ang DNR NCR naman po ay handang magbigay ng karagdagang advice or informasyon at technical assistance or guidance sa mga LGUs para on their own magkaroon sila ng parang ng ordinance, no, on how to protect their trees. And also we are coordinating with private establishments para encourage din natin sila, no, hindi lang yung local government pati yung ating mga private sectors na discourage natin, no, na paglalagay ng mga Christmas lights doon sa kanilang mga trees within their compound.
Well,
and pwede silang gumamit ng mga alternative na decorations.
Well, you're giving a lot of ideas, Mr. Calderon, about what they could do instead of actually lighting yung mga puno po natin dito sa NCR in particular, considering, as we mentioned, limited nga yung fauna natin dito. And green designs, green decor could be in the horizon as well. Maraming salamat, Mr. Calderon of the DENR. Thank you so much for your insights. And hopefully, we can see more decor, more designs that are nature-friendly and for a greener Christmas here in Manila. Maraming salamat po. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you po. Thank you.
And that's it for Weather HQ at the moment. And we've got more stories for you after the break. Plus our horoscope with Master Hans Kua. Don't go away. Beautiful day. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Beautiful Day. Is today going to be a lucky day for us or not? Let's go find out from our resident energizer and feng shui master, Hans Kua, in our horoscope of the day. Take it away, Master Hans.
Good morning! Beautiful day with me, Bilyonaryo Master Hans Kua. Ito po, ang araw-araw na trending, ang araw ng Friday, November 28. Simulan natin sa mga pinanganak ng Year of the Rat. May bagong task trabaho na medyo mahirap sa una pero makakatulong ito sa growth mo, Violet at 6. Kaya oksaban tayo, isang senior sa opisina ang mapapansin ang husay mo. Good sign ka dito, Pink at 5. Kay Tiger naman tayo, magandang araw para planuhin ang holiday na budget, White at 4. Kay Rabbit naman tayo, may taong gustong makipagbalikan. Pag-isipan kung ito ba ay makakabuti sa'yo. Yellow at 7. Kay Dragon na tayo, baka mapansin mo na may hindi pa naayos na bayarin. Asikasuhin agad yan. Brown at 8. Kay Snake naman tayo, maglaan ng oras sa pagpapahinga o mga breathing works para makarelax din tayo. Red at 2. Ito naman, Kev the Horsey. Good day para magtago ng extra fun sa isang separate na envelope, green at 3. Kay Sheep naman tayo, may secret na admirer na hindi mo napapansin. Kaya naman, keep your heart open. Hihi, blue at 1. Monkey na tayo, maglaan ng oras, mag-stretch bago matulog. Silver at 9. Kay Rooster naman tayo, maging tapat sa nararamdaman. Huwag nang magpatumpik-tumpik, gray at 7. Sa Year of the Dog naman tayo, may kasamang good news ang memo na matatanggap mamaya. Gold at 5. Kay Pig naman tayo, iwasan ang sobrang alat sa pagkain. Orange at 6. Paalala lang, ito po'y patnubay lamang dahil ang tunay na swerte ay nagsisimula sa pagiging totoo. Abangan araw-araw ang horoscope of the day. Dito lang po sa Beautiful Day with me, Master Hans Kua.
Thank you, as always, Master Hans Kua. So, my horoscope today, meron daw akong secret admirer. I'm so kilig.
Oh, kailangan ko ng ampaw ata eh.
Sa'yo, tabi mo yung money mo in an envelope.
Sa envelope?
Yeah.
Oh, ampaw yan, diba? I mean, like, you know, ampaw for pawpaw.
Tama. Lagay mo yung money mo sa envelope, tapos bigay mo sa akin.
Nope, we're good.
Meron daw ako
We
secret
okay.
admirer. Keep my heart open daw. Teka lang, wait, may asawa na ako. Pero I'm welcome to admirers with budget insertions. Sakto, ilang days na lang. Christmas na, di ba? We welcome budget insertions in our personal budgets. We're saying hello to, bakit ikaw ayaw ka? Sa budget insertion. Huwag na raw si Pao. Sa akin yun lang daw ibigay. So to all those who are willing to send us, sponsorship, budget insertions, and Asis-Carilo po.
This is your cue to look at what's happening on social media.
Hello to Geronimo, to Ivan to Janet Pating, who's saying a cold morning everyone from Baguio City. Ooh. John Victor is always watching us from or on YouTube, Facebook, Blast TV, and digital TV.
Baka
John
magaling mag-swimming yun,
Victor
si
is just
Janet.
everywhere, ha?
Si Janet Pating, no? Magaling mag-swimming ata yun.
Watch out for Janet. Chiquito, as always, counting down the days till Christmas. We'll do that in a bit for you, Chiqui. And everybody joining us on YouTube and on Facebook, thank you so much for sending messages our way. We love hearing from you guys.
Yes, we do. So feel free to keep on sending them on. Anna's going to check them later as well. But of course, we got something fun to talk about here because we got a vibe check coming right up.
We got an interesting vibe check today as a man who spent the last 27 years walking around the world copes with modern life. Ex-British paratrooper Carl Bushby started his journey in Chile in 1998. At the time, all he had was a cheap Instamatic camera, saying media presence was the last thing on his mind. Bushby says back then there was no social media, so there was no reason to take pictures of everything, adding that he resisted TikTok until just this year. Bushby expects to end his journey, the Goliath expedition, next year as he makes his trek back home, which he says is an entirely new challenge, as the best way to deal with finishing something like this is starting something new. Imagine that, walking around the world without riding anything, no bike, no car, and just pushing your cart, di ba?
Diba yung kanta?
Huh?
I would walk
Yes.
500 miles. Yeah, it reminds me of him. That reminds me of him.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean,
going
like,
around the world.
Pero a lot more than 500 miles, to
Oo,
be fair.
sa kanya 36,000-mile journey. He actually expected to finish that in just 8 years. Kaya lang nagkaroon siya ng delays due to the financial crisis, COVID pandemic, geopolitical shifts, and even visa restrictions.
He may be late
so
for dinner.
nagkaroon ng problem there. But he is expected to finish this Goliath expedition next year. And now, I think he has a TikTok account that he gave in to the call of social media. But that is super interesting. We've heard of people flying around the globe, diba, in a matter of days. But this guy, without any automobile, without even kahit nga bike, wala. He's just really walking with his cart.
You know, it just goes
I
to
wonder
show.
if napagkakamalin siyang homeless.
Well, maybe, because
Diba?
he's so traveling. He's traveling all over the place,
with
right?
his cart pa.
Look, 27 years ago was 1998. So, you
1998,
think about
yes.
it, what happened in 1998, right? First of all, siguro, a fourth of our viewers, or maybe even more, hindi pa tao. Or hindi pa idea. Diba?
Yeah. At saka iba pa yung technology back then. Iba pa yung phone.
Nagpe-pager pa rin si Asis-Carilo.
Pager, 1998. Ano ba yung 1998?
8 years old pa ako nun
Yeah. Pager.
So, pager.
At saka wala pang camera sa phone.
Naglalaro pa si Robert Jaworski.
So that's why he had an Instamatic camera, but now he probably has something newer. Diba?
Actually,
Yung
wait.
pwede na
Napaisip ako, I don't think si Senator Jaworski was still playing. Anyway, either way.
1998?
98.
Parang hindi na.
No, he was playing forever. He played until like he was 50-something.
Google mo nga.
So, yeah, I'll double check
Really?
that.
Yeah.
Like, I should know this off the top of my head. But, yeah, I mean, like, look, 1998 was a very long time ago. And I could only imagine how the traveling has also changed, diba? Traveling has also changed since then. So, it's just one of those things. I don't know, you're counting. I don't know what you're counting. What are you counting?
No, because I'm counting. I graduated from high school 1996. So 1998, maybe I was in second, third year college. Ganyan, whereabouts. Yeah, so pager na nun.
98 was his last year.
Last year.
So, Robert
oh, yeah.
Jaworski's last year in the PBA. So, when he ended, alam mo, siguro fan to ng Hinebra. Kasi when he ended his career, si Senator Robert Jaworski sa PBA, he started walking.
Yeah, he started walking with his cart, his tent, and everything, and started traveling the world. But we'll see. We'll wait for next year when he finally ends this Goliath
Yes, I'm excited
expedition.
for it because the homecoming has to be amazing. Diba?
Exactly.
Oh, that's going to be so good. All right. So, of course, beautiful day is also hopping on the Queen Yasmin Font Fever. Queen, in case you see this, feel free to come on the show.
Yes, please.
We're gonna have it sa LED. I have no idea what we're gonna show.
Oh, yeah. Let's go
Ano to?
check. Oh,
Beautiful day. There it is.
Ang cute. Diba?
Bakit ako natakot? I didn't know why natakot.
Takot. Ano
I
naman
don't know.
ilalagay nila, Paolo?
Oo, bakit?
Wow.
Why not?
I love it.
But beautiful day is better.
Ah.
This is so much better. There it is. Mas malaki.
It's super bagay pa with my outfit today. Yay!
I'd also like to say thank you to Kay for lending her account, for allowing us to do this. Beautiful day.
Canva.
Thank you
Canva,
so
yes.
much, of course,
That's
Queen.
so cute.
Feel free to come on and join in. This has been a lot of fun being able to feature you in this way. So hopefully we can also have a conversation in real life. Then we can do the poses together, diba?
Oo nga.
Diba?
Like a TikTok ganyan, no?
Yes,
Yeah.
100%.
Are you game
Of course.
to do
ganyan.
that? Ikaw pa?
Oo, I want to end up on Canva.
Okay.
All right. So, we have right now, as we're counting down the beautiful days before Christmas, malapit na po ang December.
I don't even want to look at it. This is the part of the show that I don't look forward to.
Oh, then stop looking.
Ayan, hindi na ako titingin.
Okay, so how many beautiful days till Christmas? We have 27 beautiful days till Christmas. Oh my goodness, we are getting there. And we are getting there.
What's your
soon.
hurry? Let's put a pause on that first. Huwag muna tayong mag-Christmas. Matatapos na yung matatapos na yung year.
Yes,
Wala pa rin
it is.
nakukulong.
But I'm excited for the next one, the next year as well. And that's a wrap on our show this Friday, November 28th. Thank you so much for joining us. Ako si Paolo de Rosario. Remember, keep it cool and take it easy.
And I'm Asis-Carilo. Quick shout out to my beauty sponsors, Lift Clinic and Pino Beauty Lounge. And thank you, Our Home, for our fantastic set. Have a great day and a great weekend ahead. And always remember to choose joy and spread love and kindness wherever you go. See you again next week, 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. only here on
Beautiful day!